Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a rough week, crazy week, but we keep pressing forward, right? But I wanted to talk about fear, and is fear holding you back from taking action on your dreams, or maybe from taking the leap that you need to take in order to progress through whatever it is you're trying to achieve? Oftentimes when we have an idea, a passion, or a dream that we're looking to achieve, the first thing that comes up is the thought of fear and the what ifs, or am I capable of doing this? And I'm here to tell you that that's normal. Everybody who has gotten, let's say to the level of success that you may or may not be trying to achieve, they've gone through the same thing. And there's an African proverb that says it's not the enemy on the outside you have to worry about, it's the enemy within. And a majority of us, it's not the fact that we can't do it or we can't figure it out, it's the fact that we make it up in our mind that we can't do it and we can't figure it out. We create this mental barrier that for some people it's very hard to break, and oftentimes it breaks them. And it's not unusual to feel this way. Like I said, everybody feels this way at some point or another. But if you push through, you eventually get to where you want to be. So there's a little exercise I want you to do. I want you to envision something that you want to do, your passion, maybe it's your dream, maybe it's some goal that you want to achieve. And I want you to really focus on that for a couple seconds here and think about what it is that you want in life. What do you really want? If you're being honest and being truthful to yourself, take a second to think to yourself, what do you want? Only you can tell you what you want. Nobody else can tell you what you need. And now I want you to take that and I want you to think of everything you're fearful of achieving that goal. I want you to think about those fears that come up. And you should feel some kind of stress. You should feel some kind of, weight on your shoulders. Or maybe it just makes you feel uncomfortable. You don't really like that feeling. You're probably like, why are you making me feel this way? Why do you want me to feel this? And I'll tell you here in a second. So really think about those fears. What is it that you're truly scared of that just eats away at your mind and just eats away at you and makes you scared to take that next step? And be honest with yourself. Nobody else has to listen to this around you. Nobody else has to, know what you're afraid of. Just think to yourself, what am I afraid of? And now, the fun part. I want you to look at yourself from an outside perspective. And I want you to think of yourself and what you could be doing or what you're capable of if you didn't have those fears. Just imagine for a second that the confidence, the perseverance, the ability to go forward without being scared of anything. Even if you had to fake that confidence for a couple seconds, I want you to feel what it would feel like if you had no fears whatsoever. How much could you accomplish? How much could you get done? And I hope you're getting goosebumps right now. I hope you're feeling like, man, if I felt that way, I could do whatever I wanted. I want you to feel empowered. And I want you to remember that feeling. I don't know if you guys seen the movie We Bought a Zoo. It's kind of a family movie, but this might sound corny, but in the movie the dad talks about 20 seconds of courage. That's how he found his wife. He walked by this restaurant, he sees this woman, she's real beautiful. He's thinking to himself, why would this girl talk to a guy like me? Why would she talk to me? And he thought to himself, if I had 20 seconds of courage, I would go in there and I would talk to her. And that's exactly what he did. He faked the courage for just 20 seconds of, insurmountable amount of courage. Nobody can break him for 20 seconds. For that 20 seconds, he's invincible. That's what he had to tell himself. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to feel that invincibility for 20 seconds. And the next time you want to achieve your goals, next time you want to pursue your dream, whatever it may be, whatever that next step is that you're just so afraid to take, I want you to just take 20 seconds of courage and do something, take an action towards that next step, towards that goal. I want you to take an action. And every time you feel that fear, that stress, that weight on your shoulders, don't try to stop those thoughts, right? Don't try to prevent them from coming in, because they're going to happen and you're going to have to know how to handle them. But instead of trying to prevent them, I want you to acknowledge them. I want you to say, I feel this fear right now. I feel it. I feel it in my heart. I feel the stress. I feel the uncomfortableness. And now I choose not to think about it. And I want you to just let that thought pass. And then I want you to think about the 20 seconds of courage. As soon as you feel those thoughts, and I want you to feel that empowerment. It's impossible to feel empowered and sad at the same time. It's impossible to feel happy and sad at the same time. Whenever you're thinking happy thoughts of, basically happiness, it's impossible to think and be sad at the same time. So feel that invincibility, and then don't even think about the next step, just do it. Take that 20 seconds of courage and do it. This is what I do on a daily basis, believe it or not. I think I miss more days than I want to this year, but I missed like 20 days this year at the gym total. And I don't say that to show off or anything. I say that because there's almost every day where I'm like, I don't feel like going to the gym. And that's normal. I recognize that's normal. But now I'm to the point where I feel these thoughts and I don't even acknowledge them. I think about it and I'm like, yeah, that's what my brain's telling me, but I'm still going to do it anyways because I'm hard-headed. And I take that 20 seconds to think about, something like maybe the results that the gym's going to give me, how I'm going to feel afterwards, and how I'm going to feel if I don't do it. The pain of regret is 10 times worse than the pain of failing after trying to do something. And whenever you're taking that next step, I want you to don't worry about anything. Don't worry about trying to figure it out, because you'll figure it out on the way there. And if you fail after taking this advice and after taking the first step, I want you to congratulate yourself, because you need to fail. And if you're lucky enough, you will fail. You're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? If you're lucky enough, you'll fail. What do you mean? Only those who fail are truly lucky, because when we succeed, we don't think about anything. We just celebrate, right? But when we fail, we sit back and we ponder and we wonder, what did we do wrong? How can I make it work? And this is where most people fall down and they don't get back up. I mean, sometimes the failure is so big that they're devastated and they won't ever try to achieve it again. I got news for you. Failures in life are the biggest lessons in life. And if you take those lessons and learn from them, then you'll be fine. And whenever you're thinking of failure and the pain of failure and how it hurts, just to maybe not get that expected result right away, I want you to think about a child. When the child's born into this world, they're not taught how to walk. They're not taught how to crawl. They're not taught how to roll over. And they sure as hell don't give up after they fail. Or they get mad, they scream and they cry, but they continue to do it. Children are the life of this world. They're the most impressionable. They're the best salespeople in the world. And they're the most determined. They don't care how many times you say, don't do it. You can't do it. It's impossible. They're going to try, and they're going to, defy you. They're going to defy your orders. They're going to defy your expectations, and they're going to try to do it. And lo and behold, when a baby takes its, first roll, whenever it rolls over the first time, it's a stepping stone. It's failed so many times before that. And then the next thing, they're crawling, They might fall down trying to crawl a couple times, but they get back up and they crawl. And a beautiful thing happens when they start walking, right? They stand up and they start holding their weight, and that's how they, they start progressing. And then they move on to walking. They take that first step, and guess what happens? Boom! They fall down, they hurt themselves. They, maybe they bleed, maybe they get a bruise. Some of them maybe even break their arms or something if they fall down the steps or something. It's a little extreme, but what do? They get back up and they try it again as soon as they stop crying. They don't stop. They don't care. They're gonna do what they want to do no matter what. And you gotta have that same mindset. So just think about it. Children, they don't know how to walk, and they fall down hundreds of times, and then they learn how to take that next step, and boom, they fall again. They fail. And then they learn how to balance. And they do it in such a short amount of time. It's incredible how fast children learn. They're like sponges. And we need to be like that too. Whenever we're fearful of something, we need to be like those children who are trying to walk. They don't let anybody else tell them what to do. They're just going to walk. They don't care what the universe thinks. They don't care what you think. They just keep moving forward. I hope this message inspires you. Whatever it is that's stopping you from taking the next step in your journey, just know that 99% of the time, it's things that are made up in your head. Things that you told yourself you can't do. Things that you're capable of, but you keep telling yourself you can't do. So, with that, I hope you have a blessed day. I hope this encourages you. I hope it inspires you. If nobody's told you you can do it, I'm telling you, you can do it right now. I've done it. I continue to do it every day. And I want to see you do it. So, if you find value in this, I'm going to be producing a lot more content. Definitely subscribe, like, and share this video with people that you love or may need to hear this. And I'm looking forward to see what everybody has to say, if it helps them in some way, shape, or form. And, until the next one, we'll be seeing you. Have a great day.